Hi, I'm Chef Joe from Clean Eating Magazine. Today I'm going to show you a super simple Asian-inspired soup that's perfect for any meal, anytime. If you serve it with an egg, it's even great for breakfast, trust me. First, we'll start with our noodles. Now, I'm completely in love with these shirataki noodles. They're a tofu-based noodle that are low-calorie, they're low in carbs, and you find them with all the other tofu at your grocery store. Now, they come in a little baggie that's sort of full of water, so you have to make sure you drain them and rinse them, and then you can add them right to your soup. Now, here we've got broth, so low-sodium chicken or vegetable broth, whatever you like. You can even use low-sodium beef broth. So you need to dump your noodles in, and these can cook for about a minute. Now, while those are cooking, you can chop up some green onion, and these will make a really great garnish for our soup. And this soup's inspired by a Vietnamese soup that I absolutely love. The first time I had it, I ordered a bowl, I ordered a large, and it was like bigger than my sink. It was huge. It was bigger than this pot. So we're gonna make a little smaller version today. I couldn't even finish half of it. So lesson learned. Okay, so green onions are done. And now we can start building our soup. So you can just fish your noodles right out. Use a little strainer and some tongs so they don't get away from you. Now, the reason I added these first was because they really get tangled in your vegetables. If you try and add the vegetables and the noodles all together, this makes things a lot easier to portion out. And if you don't have one of these little strainers, you should get one. They're a perfect tool for your kitchen. Now, with your broth, if you want to spice it up a little bit, you can add some star anise to the broth. You can add a little bit of cinnamon. You can add some spices, whatever you like. You can really make it your own. Now, into the pot, you can just add your vegetables. So we've got some chopped red pepper. Now, this is a great way to use vegetables that you've got left over in your fridge. Now, one of my favorites is baby bok choy. And these little guys are so cool because you don't have to chop them. How great is that? And you just want to make sure that you rinse them really well because you can get a lot of dirt right in the ribs here. So wash them really well in cold water until no dirt comes out of them. Now, you can just toss them in and go for a little swim. And done. Now just make sure you submerge them in the water. Push them down, get in there. Let's go. There we go. Okay, we can let them simmer away. Now you can put your onions in. And you can add some protein. So we've got some chicken and just some cooked and cooled chicken breast. But if you've got some tofu in your fridge, if you've got some beef, fish, shrimp, whatever you like. So just a little bit of chicken. And now cilantro is another perfect garnish for this soup, or you could also use mint or basil. And you don't even have to chop it. You can just tear it off. Make sure you tear off any of the thicker stems. Just chuck it in. Now our vegetables should be ready. So everybody gets a little bit of bok choy. There we go. And maybe one more. And we'll fish out some peppers. There we go. Now we can just pour our broth right over top. And make sure you're not doing any of this business because you will splash the hot broth on your hand. So you can bring your bowl closer and just ladle your broth in and dinner's ready. Now, a perfect accompaniment to this soup is my favorite condiment. I always have it in my fridge, is sriracha. Now this is really hot. The first time I had this soup, I put so much sriracha in my soup, I could barely eat it. I was sweating, turning red, I needed bread and milk and the whole thing, so be really careful how much you put in there. It's pretty spicy. Now, I also like to add a little bit of low-sodium tamari sauce to my soup. Adds a little bit of salt because we haven't added any sodium to the soup, but be careful. It is low sodium, but it still has salt, so be careful how much you douse your soup with. Wow, this smells so fresh. I can't wait to try some. I really wish you could smell it, but you can make it at home. For more quick and easy meal ideas, visit us again at cleaneating.com and pick up a copy of Clean Eating Magazine. We'll see you soon.